Hi, this is Green's Bounder, where I do predictions of the future. If you like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So let's get to it. We got quite a bit of a show today. We're looking at Bitcoin. Now, global trends that might affect Bitcoin. There's a lot of things going on with the banking industry right now, going against many of these stable coins. The government and the banking industry and all that wants to regulate the stable coins because they can't really regulate Bitcoin and anything that's uh, blockchain, uh, part of the blockchain. So they're trying to negate many of the stable coins that are out there. And this is pretty much what happened to Terra Luna, I guess it was. Uh, the, the, the word on the street is that it was done intentionally. Okay, so dropping almost 100% overnight. And that's pretty much what it was. So global trends do affect Bitcoin, and it's a rocky ride for Bitcoin for the next little while. Let's have a look at the cards, okay, and see what they say. Okay, as you see, we are back in the living room uh, with Domino on the lap. Hello, Domino, and seems a little bit better for the live show. And unfortunately, I'm flying solo today, so there might be a little bit of fun and foolery going on behind the scenes because I got to do everything myself today. So let's get to it. So Bitcoin for the next year. Now, it seems that the health is of cryptocurrencies in general are quite shaky, to say the least. Okay, but that's going to be passing as the old system starts to separate itself from the cryptocurrency market. Okay, we're already seeing signs of that a little bit as many of the elites are going into Bitcoin uh, in great masses. Like I did a show not that long ago about many of the celebrities out there are endorsing and getting into Bitcoin in a big way. And many of the banks and the elites are getting into Bitcoin as well. Okay. But the thing is, they don't want the little person to get into cryptocurrencies because they don't want all these rich people wandering around with Bitcoin. Okay. And that's pretty much what it is. So the elites have been trying to scare everybody out of the market. And this is what they do all the time, even with the traditional market. They scare people away. And when everybody sells their stocks or bonds and all that at pennies on the dollar, they pick them up because that's what they do. That's how they become rich. Us regular people, we just panic and run around with our hair on fire and sell everything at pennies on the dollar, unfortunately. And we as a people, we gotta turn that around for the future because things aren't looking good. The next little while, it's going to be depression type, almost depression like scenario coming up for us in around the world. Okay, so do what the elites do and get greedy right now. Okay, even now they're trying to scare you away. Don't be bothered by that and just start buying cryptocurrencies like crazy. Okay, if you want to survive. Okay, so let's look at the cards. There's going to be a lot of celebrations actually in about a year's time around Bitcoin as everybody's starting to figure out that it's the place to be, along with Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, XRP maybe, and many other cryptocurrencies that are legacy coins going forward. And that's basically what the elites have pretty much figured out for the new system. This has been planned for years and years and years in the making. Okay, Bitcoin was a white paper. It wasn't called Bitcoin at that time. It was called something else. But they had a white paper back in 1982, I believe, or 84. And if you ever read that white paper, it's exactly what Bitcoin is. They just couldn't implement it at that moment in time. So they've been working on this for quite some time. And about 2 to 3 years later was another white paper. And if you look at it, it's very much close to Ethereum. So they've had that planned for a long time. I think Bitcoin got away on them and got into the general population. Okay. And we weren't supposed to get into it right away. Okay. So that's pretty much kind of the history of Bitcoin in a nutshell. So going back to the cards, it seems that a lot of the health of it is going to be dissipating in about, I mean, not even a year from now. We're going to see great changes within cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, in the near future. For money wise, a lot of people are going to stop running away from Bitcoin because they're scared of it and moving towards it. Okay. Even now, the countries and the elites and all of the banking cartel are trying to scare us away from it. We're getting a little smarter in our as time goes by, as regular folks, and this is going to be disrupting them. Okay, we're catching on to them. Everything that's happening right now is revealing the elites' plans for us regular folks, and they don't really hide it all that well either. So, yeah, I don't want to be owning nothing and be happy, as they keep saying around the YouTube. Okay, so the people involved with Bitcoin going forward, and all the banksters and all that, are going to be up in arms and trying to control every aspect of our financial lives. And that was part of the plan of the Great Reset. Okay, if you look at their website, they actually explain everything that they had planned. Okay, so if you go and look at the Great Reset, the Economic Forum page, it tells you everything that they had planned, and they're not shy about it. They're telling everybody that they want to enslave everybody and all that sort of thing. With Klaus Schwab trying to take control of the world governments. Okay, the other day, Trudeau, Canadian Prime Minister, was trying to sign over control to Klaus Schwab and the Great Reset bunch, an unelected bunch of people controlling everybody. Okay, we don't have to go along with it. We can just start to ignore them, as we should always do, and just move on with our lives and get Bitcoin. Okay, so global trends will affect Bitcoin in a huge way, and in the near future, it's going to go to the millions per coin. Okay, and that's not that far off. Once the old system collapses, the new system will take flight. Unfortunately, 95% of the population isn't into Bitcoin, and that's the sad fact. And they're going to have to take what they get, okay, and just go along as best as they can. But us watching this, we know a little bit better than that. Okay, let's move on to the next thing, and then we'll get into the chat. So, will DAX survive the crash? What he had asked not that long ago. See, there's Quite a few people chatting already, which is good. It's a rainy day here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Sure beats snow, I guess. But of course, we may be facing a little bit of flooding here in Winnipeg. But I think we're prepared for that. Let's look at, will DAX survive the crash? Okay. And we got some fairly positive cards coming up already. And it's just telling me, yes, it will. And it's going to be doing rather well moving forward. Not as good as some of the legacy coins, but it's going to be having its place in the sun with many of the other cryptocurrencies of its type. The hard work for them is pretty much coming to an end. Behind the scenes, we got the 10 card. That's 10 of Wands, which always represents physical labor. And I think that's coming to an end. And I think they've got everything buttoned down and clamped down, ready for the crash. Okay, so maybe a good one to, of course, not financial advice, of course, maybe a good one to get into at this time. Well, everybody's running around with their hair on fire and selling everything and anything and not petting cats. Hello, Domino. Might be a good time for that. Okay. They're going to be taming that and having new strength moving forward. Okay. So they're going to be figuring out everything that they need to move that cryptocurrency forward, even past the crash. Okay. Let's look at the next one and then we'll get into that chat. Somebody was asking about HAPI Protocol. Okay. Of course, I can't see the chat because I got two panels open that for the captions. So I'll get to you. Don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. So let's have a look at that HAPI coin. HAPI Protocol. Interesting. Ooh. Well, the health of it seems to be, they're at a point where they're going to be collapsing in on themselves. This is the health of that cryptocurrency for the next year. I see great buying opportunities for this cryptocurrency moving forward. The money part of the reading is showing me some great time with this one going forward. We got the Judgment card. Okay. So whatever they do behind the scenes, I guess they pull it out of the fire before it burns up. So there's going to be a interesting moment in HAPI Protocol in the next little while where they're looking like they're crashing and not doing so well, and some smart person within their team pulls it out of the fire and bring it back to life, because we had the Tower card. Okay. Everybody's following, running around with their hair on fire, which is probably most of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. Everybody's like, stop it. Start buying, be greedy. Okay. When everybody's panicking, be greedy. Okay. And for the people that are involved with it, they're unfortunately, a good portion of them are too tied to things that do not work for the betterment of the overall cryptocurrency platform moving forward. And that's going to be quickly changing. And this is what's probably why that one particular cryptocurrency was having its downturn and good buying opportunities. But I believe they're going to be coming up with something to help themselves out in the next little while. So, not financial advice, of course. I can't do that. I'm not a financial advisor anymore. So, do what you wish with this one. but might be a good time to get a little bit. Okay. Okay. Ooh, we had a card fly out. I almost killed you. Anyways, so that was HAPI Protocol. Pretty good project going forward. Okay. Next question from the previous people. Canadian currency backed by gold. Now, somebody had asked this question. Canadian currency has not been backed by gold since 1984, I believe. It's been quite a few years. I think that was in the Mulrooney or Cretchen. I can't remember which one was the one who brought everything to off the gold back standard. We were a little later than the Canadian, or excuse me, the American currency, which is no longer backed by gold either. I think that was back in 1964 with Nixon. So no, we haven't been backed by gold for a long, long time here in Canada. In fact, our currency is backed by nothing, just our work. Okay. So that was to answer that question somebody had asked. Okay. And last one until we get into the chat is somebody is asking about DOT coin. I guess it is DOT cryptocurrency. Domino fell asleep. Before the show, he's running around like crazy. I got in the door from work and he's running around like crazy. Now he's all worn out and sleeping. Anyway, let's look at DOT. Don't know much about this one, so let's have a good look. Not looking too healthy. In fact, the health is not good at all. We got many of the bad cards. If you're when you get cards there, and you get these cards, we got the death card. Okay, and this is in the money area for that cryptocurrency. We got the Nine of Swords. That's the person sitting awake in his bed, holding his head, going, ah! We got the death card right next to that. Okay. And then for the people, we got the Tower card again. I did shuffle. Okay. Kind of telling me everything I need to know about this one. Probably one that I would not want to get into heavily. You probably have a short time to make some good trades with this one before it goes away, but I wouldn't stay long term into this one. Okay, so that was DOT. Now we get into the chat. Okay, and I see it's all lit up. So, can you do a reading on Doge Girlfriend? I think that's what it stands for. Show it on the screen. Hello, Nick Lafer. I think we've done this one previously, but let's just do a yearly look. What is it going to look like in the year? Would be a good start. I think we usually do 3-6 months. Let's look at the year from today. Seems a lot of the goals that they were trying to set themselves out for are kind of falling flat on their face. All the things that they were putting into place as partnerships and that sort of thing are kind of going by the wayside. The health of the cryptocurrency is there's some good cards with this one. We got the Ace of Wands, which is a good card to have, and that's with the health. So they're going to be overcoming many of the things that they're facing at the moment. But for the next year, might be good for little trades here and there. But the money stretch of cards is not looking too good. And there's some black hat and white hat things going on there, fighting it out, trying to make things good or better than what they were. And it's just not working out for them. There's a good portion of the people that are ready to charge for, but a lot of things are holding them back from doing many of the things that they were planning on doing. And this is probably why I'm seeing that a lot of the goals that they were trying to accomplish are going to be falling flat on their face on this one as well. So it's going to be a lackluster for the next year or so for Doge girlfriend. Will they make it past in the year after that? I think they're going to be doing much better. They just got a huge chunk of time that's not doing so good for them. So it may be some good buying opportunities for many of you out there who are interested in this one. But I wouldn't see any great rise in price for the next year or so for this one. Okay. Hopefully that answers that question. Let's move on to the next one. It's Dilly. Good afternoon, Andre. EPS Ellipsis crypto forked, and the new ticker is now EPX. Is this still a good project, and will it reach 50 cents US this year? Okay. So let's see if it's still a good project. That'd be the first question. Kind of two questions in one. It's kind of the romance is gone from this one. Even though they're working hard behind the scenes, I think it's a little lackluster than the previous one. Will it reach that 50 cents? Not saying that it's horrible. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the older one. Or they're saying that it has a lot of bells and whistles, which it doesn't. Okay. Many cryptocurrencies do that because they promise you all kinds of things and don't deliver on many of them. Or a working app or something like that. That's common with many of those cryptocurrency platforms that are out there. If you're interested in the actual platform of what they offer, I don't think it's going to be reaching that 50 cent by the end of the year. Maybe a little after that. Still a good one. Maybe do a little bit of trades here and there, but I don't think it's going to be reaching that 50 cent mark at the end of the year. Okay. Thank you for that. And next question. Hello, Andre. Will my crypto be safe and will everything run smoothly if I keep it in a Nano X Ledger? Many thanks. They've been having a lot of troubles with Ledger Nano. Personally, I would go with the Trezor, but they're kind of the safer of the two. But let's just have a look. You might want to move everything. We got all these cards that are not favorable to you. I don't know what is up with Ledger Nano. They're just having a really hard time of it. As we said in the few shows ago. Yeah, I would change them out to not an exchange. I would go with the Trezor, or I think there's one other cold storage wallet that works pretty good. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but they're pretty good. Trezor, Ledger Nano, and there's another one that popped up. That's fairly good. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, I'd be very weary of Ledger Nano at this moment in time. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Do you see Tether as the next target for takedown? Mm-hmm. Many of these stable coins are, which are supposed to be pegged to the American dollar, what they're finding that they're not. And a lot of, I think in my intro, a lot of the banking cartel and the governments and all that are going to go after many of the stable coins because they don't want competition. They want you to stay in the US dollar, Canadian dollar, in the banking system. They don't want you to leave, and they want to be using their DVG or digital backed government baloney, which is basically the same as um, their own currencies, the government currencies. Um, so yeah, they're going to be attacking many of the um, stable coins in the next little while, just because they want you to stay put. Okay, they want control of everything and everyone and all your money and everything that you do with your money. And they don't like it that many of these stable coins you can make 7, 8, 9, 12% interest over a year, where banks can only give you maybe 1% if you're lucky. So the idea of the banking cartel going after these is a yes. Okay, and that's going to be the big news, and this is why the Terra Luna went down. Okay, it will come back. Okay, we got a big ace of swords, so yes, they are going to be going after Tether and many of the other um, of those crypto type currencies. They're not really cryptocurrencies. It's a stable coin, of course. And yeah, they're going to be going after them all. Okay. Not Bitcoin, but many of those stable coins. So if you need to do trading, I would suggest maybe XRP because it's kind of stable and kind of usable. Um, That's what a lot of traders that I know use because it's easy to get in and out back then. Anyways, I don't know how good it is now, but look for alternatives if you're doing that. Okay. If you're just keeping money in Tether just to keep it in Tether, I would just stick it in Bitcoin or Litecoin, Ethereum, or many of those other cryptocurrencies and just sit it out. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Hi, Andre. I would appreciate your perspective of when the market will be the lowest either week or day. Thanks. So the lowest, I believe, it's going to happen at the end of summer. We're going to have a okay summer financially, and I think the lowest point will be during the harvest season, and this is probably the beginning of the big recession that's coming up. Okay, in that period when everything is going to be overpriced, corn, wheat, and all that, and you're wondering why would that affect everybody's when everything becomes more expensive, there has to be layoffs. Okay, because people aren't going to be buying as much as they used to. They're going to be very picky on the purchasing that they do. And this companies are going to be laying off tons and tons of people in that period of time because there's not a lot of demand for the products that they sell. So it's going to be this domino effect moving forward. Okay. And this is probably the time when you're going to see a lot of people going into cryptocurrencies because they hold their value much, much better than regular system. This is why all the power elites are going after Tether and all the other stable coins because they do not want that competition. Okay. And they want you bound to the old system. They don't want you leaving the old system. Okay. And that's what it's all about. And Domino's sticking his claws in my leg. Yeah. So by the end of the harvest season, we're going to see a huge event at that moment in time. Okay. That'll probably be the lowest time. If you have the assets, that it will be the time when to be really, really, really greedy. Okay. Let's see. Tesla. Hello, will Tesla stock stay under 800 end of 2022? Probably. Yeah, it's looking like that. Uh, it's going to go a little above that $800 mark, but just barely. I think it's a good buy right now, actually, because it's going to go up once Elon's done all of his thing, playing the game. Okay, uh, I think he's in the process of refusing to buy Twitter now, and I think all the elites are going, whew, they don't see what the game he's playing. He's trying to get it at a lower price. Okay. And as we all noticed, that the Twitter stock tumbled the other day. And when he's going to come back with another offer, I bet you. And then we're going to see the Tesla stock go down a little bit. Okay. Making good buying opportunities for everybody, because the elites want to punish him and blah, 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 because they want to keep control of everybody and they're tired of him speaking truths. So, yes, it will go down below that 800. I think in the new year, you're going to see it go back up. Okay. Because it has to. Okay. So, hopefully that answers your question. Moving on. Come on. Oh, hello, Super Whittle Guy. It's always good to see Super Whittle Guy. Hi, can you give some cards on my wife's job hunting, please? I sure can. Did we do this yesterday? Or is that somebody else? Anyways. Well, we got the Wheel of Fortune first card, so whatever she's doing, it's going to be very lucrative, and the job hunting will succeed. She's got to have to wait it out a little bit longer because things are changing in the winds of change are happening all around the world, and I think that's part of why she can't get a job. Here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, we got job things all over the place. People looking for businesses looking for employees all over. Even the place I work, they're looking for tons of people. Whatever However it is in your neighborhood, I'm not sure, but it is showing that there is some job opportunities coming towards her, but she's just going to have to wait a little longer than she anticipated, and it's going to be much better than what she had thought in the beginning. Okay. um, I do see a little job between, okay, just to keep things moving, okay, if she isn't already working. It's going to take a little than she expected. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay. 2022 Bitcoin range reminds me of 2018 Bitcoin drop. Exactly. A little different because the climate is a little different. Okay. Um, It's going to go a little lower than what it is now. I think it's going to do much, much better than the old market. You remember back in 2018, 2017, um, when they had that drop, the other market was still doing okay. Okay. It wasn't. It was the band aid that they put on in 2008. That's why Bitcoin was created or was brought out in 2009. uh, because of that whole scenario. 2018, uh, it was it got away from the elites and they didn't want everybody getting in at that exact time. So they dragged it right back down. And that's pretty much what they're doing right now and scaring everybody out of the market. Don't be scared, get greedy. Okay. And you can pump that sucker back up. Okay. The more we buy, the better it's going to go for everybody. Okay. Um, this is the time when we start to change our minds about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies moving forward. We're going to stop thinking it as a speculative method, more into the day to day money. Okay. A way of preserving your capital. And people's mindset is going to be shifting um, more and more as we move forward into the oblivion of the old system. Okay. Let's see what Super Whittle guy says here. Do you think Elon Musk will pull out of the Twitter deal? Will the deal be restructured? I think it's going to be restructured. He's playing a game. Okay, he wants the lower price. He wants to expose many of the shortcomings of the Twitter system and the, what do you call it? The not able to speak the truth on the platform. That's basically what he's exposing right now. Let's just throw some cards down, see what it says. Might say something completely different than what I just said. So, yeah, it's going right along with what I just said. It's going to be tearing apart the old structure of the elites and all that. And if you watch any of my um, celebrity readings, okay, we're finding a lot of their health line for the next year is not that great. Many of the readings I do, okay, on these celebrities that did their health is failing. Okay, and this is what's going to be starting to revealed, and with Elon Musk doing the things that he's doing. Okay, the old system, the old elites, the super rich and powerful are starting to fall apart at the seams. Okay, and their lies are being revealed more and more faster than the news can cover it up. Okay, uh, yeah. It's going to be restructured. He's playing a game. How are we doing on time? We got lots of time. Penny Kelly, don't know who that is. Sees BTC going to 22,000. Will that be soon? And I guess that's American. In Canadian, that's right now it's 38,000. But let's just have a look at the cards. Will it go down to 22,000? It's going to kiss it and back up again. It's kind of what Cliff High was saying many years ago on the activity of the cryptocurrencies in general. We're going to see a lot of the old cryptocurrencies, the altcoins going away, and Bitcoin doing this thing like it's doing right now. It's doing it rapidly. Every time you look, it's like up, down, up, down. And then in this moment in time, it's just some good money making opportunities when it's doing that. Okay. But I'm not trained at that exactly. It's going to do this. It may drop down to 20, 22. Great time to buy. And then it's go boom because of everything that's happening right now. Pay attention to the bigger picture of what's going on. If you're actually paying attention to the bigger picture of what's going on financially and worldwide things going on, you be buying Bitcoin like crazy. Okay. Because you would start to see exactly what's happening. Okay. Why are the elites buying? Why are the super rich banks buying Bitcoin? Yeah, all these elite people are buying Bitcoin. Why? This is why what you have. Stop focusing too much on the price. Focus on why all these elites and banks and countries and everybody are buying Bitcoin at this time. And this price that you're speaking of is being held down by the powers that be, so all the elites can get in at a nice cheap price. And probably by the end of the summer, it's going to go back up because they can't hold it down much longer. Okay? So now would be the best time to be greedy with the Bitcoin. Okay? Because it's being held down artificially by the powers that be. So all the elites and the rich can get in and they're hoping that they scare everybody away. Okay, so that they have all the crypto. Okay, next question. Hi, Andre. Which one will reach 500 first, Link or Dot? Well, we just did the reading on Dot. Link. Dot is having a good time. Let's just throw that on the cards. Hello, Caesar. Mommy's not home, so now they're paying attention to me overly. Link or Dot? Dot. Dot will ruin the race between those two to get that $500 mark. Time frame, it's probably 1 to 2 years from now because everything going on. But yeah, I guess Dot wins the race on that one. Another Shiba Inu question of the 1 cent. It's not the Shiba Inu show, but we'll go with it. One. I think I kept saying about 1 to 2 years from now. From the past readings, if I remember correctly. Okay. Once I think they finished the burning mechanism on Shiba Inu, and you're going to see the price start to climb up, reducing the zeros. Okay. Uh, but the 1 cent probably won't be for quite some time, probably a year or two. Okay. Super Whittle Guy. Chainlink has a bright future. Yes, indeed, it does. It's one of my coins. Does this mean? Me too, but is Andre giving out crypto as we are broke? No, but buy as much as you can, as you possibly can. Work an extra job, do a couple extra shifts, stack those sats, do what you can, do what you have to do to get the thing done. Okay. Hey Andre, can you read a crypto called JUNO? I sure can. Pretty good. Lots of fast motion in the crypto. The white hats are involved with it. The health seems rather good, actually, according to, well, compared to some of the other cryptocurrencies that are out there. There's some pretty fast movement in the price of it. I think it's going to be moving faster than some of the other cryptocurrencies in its recovery for the next little while. It's probably not going to make you a billionaire or anything like that, but the price is pretty good. And there's some pretty good people that are involved in this one, according to the cards, anyways. They're just going to have a downtime in the next little while, like everything else. So some good buying opportunities for this one going forward. Okay, so that was JUNO. Thank you for the question. Okay. Bob Jeff, if you can afford a big bag, do so. Okay. Will Voyager digital stock be successful long term? It's a crypto brokerage. Brokerages always make the money, even if you lose the money, because you got to pay the fees, right? Usually, it's the brokerages that are the only ones who are making the money for the day. The only thing I know about using brokerages, if you're cashing out, make sure you got 15% at minimum, because you got to pay off all the fees. Okay. And that's we went to some classes on trading and stuff, and that's one of the things I do remember. So will Voyager digital? It seems okay. It's going to be okay in the long term. A little bit shaky. There's a lot of people coming in and out of the system. Overall, I think it's going to be surviving with no problems, really. A lot of things that were roadblocks are going to be diminished in the next year or so. So it's going to be moving forward quite well. And the price is going to be going up considerably in the next little while as well, year or so. once everything else settles down. Yeah, it looks to be pretty good. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Okay. We got a Twitch person here. Richard Hart says that he has predicted the last two tops of the Bitcoin bull cycles. He says we have a 85% correction in each one. Correct. He also says Bitcoin will go to 11,000 before it goes back up again. Is he right? I don't see it going that low. He's been right on many of the things, but let's just have a look. 11,000, which be okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it going down that low. Probably closer to the 20,000 that the previous person was asking about, but probably not as low as 11,000 before it goes back up. Okay, hope that answers your question. Okay. This falls in line with your card's prediction that Ethereum will drop to 1,000, as that is close to an 85% drop from his top also. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. What else we got here? BTC equal high fees, Doge, Elon equals cheap. Yeah, but you won't make a ton of money with Doge. Unless you got tons of it, like some of my friends do. I know one guy, he's a Doge millionaire. All because he was mining Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the way you get Doge back in the day, I don't know if you get it this way now, is Doge was just the crumbs that they would give you as well while you're mining Bitcoin. Okay, it was another, because that's how you mine Doge, is through Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin. So it was a worthless coin at that moment in time. So he just kept it in a wallet. It was free. And then because he had so much, and when it went up, he was almost a millionaire with that. So just with the Doge. So might be a good way to become a millionaire. Okay. We got a few minutes left. Just looking for a 3-card reading. The card had a, just looking through the chat here. Oh. Okay. We got a super chat. Richard Hart says he has predicted the last 2 Bitcoin bull cycles tops. Didn't we just go through that? I'm saying 20 American. Maybe 22 if it does get down that low. I don't see it going to 11, but and we did the cards on that. He's usually correct on these things, so I don't see it going down that low, but it will go down even more than what it is now. That's what, Canadian, it's 38, so it might drop down to 28, 29 Canadian. So that might be close to the 11,000 American. So 3-card readings before we. No, not to 11,000. Anyways, people are talking. Can you give a 3-card reading? That's what I was looking for. Can you give a 3-card reading on if there's any old Spanish silver hidden my stone alligator or just east of the alligator? Okay. So you're looking for the Spanish silver. Okay. The cards are saying that you're looking in the wrong spot. It's close. It was. The cards are basically revealing that you're looking at the wrong spot, and the fact that the money was buried there, it's actually gone now. You're on the right track, but it's just missing now. But there is another pile of silver around you somewhere. Okay. Hope that answers your question. And with that, we're almost at the hour. I gotta grab some supper now. Always grateful for everybody coming out. It's always a great time having the lives here on Saturdays, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So Saturday, Sunday, it's 10 a.m. Central. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. And if you like a personal reading with me, I got to get back to my other thing here. Just go to secondreadingsbyandre.com if you like a personal reading with me. If you would like to buy a Trezor wallet, go to the same site, and the Trezor wallet link is in the website itself. Okay. With that, just remember, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you Thursday.